so.
Alright. Hey guys, I'm Ziggie.
And I am Trey. And this is our podcast.
Oh yeah.
I can't believe we're really going to upload this. Alright. Alright, so today we really going to just get into it. No jokes. We're going to talk about our baby.
Reesey.
Reesey poo.
Reesey poo poo all the time.
All the time. Now, if you don't know who Reesey is, she's been with us for a year. How long?
Year and a half.
Year and a half. How old is she?
Actually, I think she...
Only been with us.
We've had her a year.
A year and some change.
But,
like a year and 2 months.
Yeah.
Because she was like 6 months when we first got her.
She was like almost 6 months.
Yeah.
She had to be like 4 months.
Now, only reason why we really share this with y'all, this story with Reesey, because it's a little bit sad, a little bit depressing, but it's good because Reesey is with us still. And she is living her best life.
Living her best life.
Ain't going back. Let me stop.
Reesey ain't going back and forth with you niggas.
You can't do that. Anyways, so how we gonna start the story out? Let's start with my job first.
Yes, let's start because you were approached.
Okay. Well, this story goes a little bit further back. Okay. So now let me know that I'm actually gonna. She don't know what I'm really about to say right now. All right. So now when I say this, she's gonna go crazy.
What?
So
what?
Like I love dogs. And
me too.
So what happens is that we was apartment hunting, and I went to apartment by myself, and I found a dog. It wasn't Reesey, but I found a dog. So I surprised her, and what happened was, it was a...
Hold on. Tell them how the surprise went.
Okay, so I called Ziggie. I was like, baby, I have a dog. I didn't say I had a dog. I said I have a surprise for you. And
I was like, oh, what?
And she thought it was probably something small. She thought it was something little. Then she kept asking. She kept guessing. I said, you know what? You see it when you get there. And I forgot where you were. I think we was at Shane House or you was at home. Were you still on guest list?
Was that? I might have been at work.
Nah, I didn't show you yet. I didn't pop up with you at work. Because I think you were still working at Pluckett.
Oh, yeah.
And you was working at Chocolate Bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That 2-job life.
Yeah, 2-job life. Everybody know about that 2-job life.
now we got 5 jobs. But it's more like
Sponsor.
Stuff I want to do now.
Sponsor Postmates. Sponsor us. Anyways.
They're not really sponsoring us.
So.
Yet.
Not yet. Anyway, we don't have any sponsors. If you want to sponsor us, let us know. Anyways, so I wherever you were, I pulled up with you, and your eyes was as big as an aisle when I pulled up with you with a husky. Now, this husky wasn't a puppy. It wasn't one of those 1 year
It was a full grown.
It was
dog.
A full grown blue eyes.
Mind you, at my first apartment, it was about 425 square feet.
That was pretty much a half of a garage. If you don't know how much that is for an apartment, it was half of a garage. Walking through your dad or your mom's garage, that's the whole apartment right there.
Yes.
A little bit smaller. So, pulled up with I called the dog Ice. He was beautiful. However, it had, what was it, separation anxiety?
Yes.
So we will be with the dog, and the dog will be chill, cool, calm, and collected, all of that. But that one day, we left it.
Okay, so we went out and bought a cage, a crate, as you call it.
Now, this thing was expensive.
Yes.
I have to put that in there because the way the story plays out, and this dog was expensive.
We ended up spending money on this dog. Okay, and this was on a Thursday. We took this dog home on a Thursday.
Yeah.
And we went out and bought, at first I was hesitant. I was like, oh my gosh, it's a whole dog. But we were just like, it's so cute. It loves us. Oh, it's so beautiful. This dog was groomed. Like, it had an owner before.
And it was a bougie dog.
Oh, yes. This dog only ate, chicken? Like real chicken?
You have to you can't go buy no fake doggy chicken, no.
This dog did not eat regular dog food.
And it was trial and error, so we had to go buy doggy food. Didn't want to eat it. So it started off right there.
Wouldn't eat the dog food. And then we bought the crate. It was a big crate because the dog was big. Jeez. And it had these, it had two doors. It had a door on the side and a door at the front. And this is our first time trying to figure this out, how to use a crate that had two doors. So Trey takes it out the box, and he's trying to assemble it, and I'm like, I don't even know where to begin with it, and whatever.
But anyway, she want to give you detail by detail. Let me just tell you. Okay.
But people want to know details.
But I mean, everybody know how to open a cage, how to box.
Anyway, I'm trying to explain how difficult it was.
Let me just
to assemble.
I did
the crate.
Go ahead.
I was watching them. So
I just sit back.
So he put the crate together, and it was kind of difficult. So what was your version of how, or did you feel secure whenever you set it up that it would?
Yeah, I mean, I did exactly what it told me to do. However, I kind of overlooked one little thing.
What was that?
The pounds of a dog supposed to be in there.
Oh.
Now, I forgot exactly what it was. I think it was between 50 to 80 pounds or something like that. This dog was way over there. This dog was 2 steps away from being a wolf. I mean, this dog was full-blooded. I mean...
Yes, full-blooded husky.
It wasn't, both eyes was blue. But, some huskies be having one eye blue, one eye red. It's a little bit shorter than a husky because it had some... This one was full-blooded. This one was taking care of somebody else. So, this one was awesome. However, the weight issue was the thing.
Okay. So, we both had to go to work. So, we're just like, okay, let's put it in the cage. And
the dog, we thought also the dog would be cool because it was chill over there.
They chilled the whole entire time. So we put the dog away and we leave. We come back home.
Well, before we even got straight to the apartment.
Yes.
So the way our route was to get back to the apartment, you can see our apartment from the exit gate, but we have to still go around to go to the entrance gate. So I was driving because I was concerned the first time ever leaving a dog. It's like leaving a dog at your house the first time, especially when you don't know it. It's kind of like leaving a whole other human because you don't know what it's going to do.
Like you get accepted somebody off the street.
Exactly.
And it's like, you know what? You need a place to stay. Cool. Stay here.
Exactly.
That's kind of how it felt.
So I'm driving by slowly so I can see if the apartment's okay, so I can stop worrying a little bit. I'm driving by the exit gate, seeing our apartment from right there, and the blinds are down. So we already know that was
And the dog, he was in the window.
When we say he was, I thought he busted the window out. I thought he was. Now we forgot as well because this is our first time having a dog by ourselves after we lived with our parents. Is that we forgot that there were birds in the attic.
There were pigeons that kept us up all night, and these pigeons were just loud. Woke us up at 6 a.m. They were loud all day.
You know how they say early bird?
Get the worm.
Yeah.
They got all the worms.
Yeah, all the worms.
And then some.
So I'm going 80 miles per hour into a turn to go to our entrance gate. So we get finally to the house. We get to the apartment. I'm sorry, and we go up the stairs and. First thing we know is the blinds are down. Then we walk in, the door is chipped at the corner. So obviously Ice, the dog, was chewing at the door to get in, get out.
Also, the mat by the door was chewed up.
Yes.
And then we look at the window, and the blinds were ruined.
So we already know that we can't keep this dog. Once we saw that the cage crate was done.
Yes, flat.
So this is what we did.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me tell them what was going through my mind.
Uh-huh.
So when I saw that, I know Trey was probably thinking I was gonna just lose my mind. Internally, I did, but in my head, I was like, I know he's gonna fix this because this was his idea. He's gonna have a solution for this. And so I was like, let me stay calm. Let me not freak out.
And that's how we treat our relationship. If it's okay to mess up, but at the same time, you have to clean up what you mess up. Mm-hmm. And once you clean up what you mess up, and that's how you fix the situation. It's all culture in our house. And
I guess that's that comes with maturity.
Yeah.
And trusting the other person.
Correct.
Knows what the next right thing to do is.
So, long story short, the way I corrected it was I went to go buy my way a whole other what's it called?
Blinds.
I had to buy a whole blinds.
We went to Home Depot.
Exactly the same.
We brought the ruined blinds as a sample.
And then after that, we were so broke. We tried to put the stuff that she chewed off the door. We tried to put it back on. We were struggling at this apartment at the same time. So, anyways, okay. So fast forward. So we had to get rid of the dog. We sold the dog for $300. We to who was that? Your sorority.
Yes. Okay. So as soon as that night happened, we were like, okay, we got to get rid of it. So at first we were like, let's try to make some money off of this.
We still had to wait. We had to wait till a whole weekend.
Yes, but our initial way we were trying to sell it was we were trying to mark this price up because huskies are worth a lot. We're like, let's get some money for this. We'll cover all the money we spent on this dog and the stuff it ruins. And then we could get some more on top of that. But it wasn't working out because it was just, we were trying to get rid of the dog really fast. Because we had to go back to work on Monday. So this weekend was all we had.
Yeah.
And so we kept lowering the price. I was reaching out to my sorority sisters. He was reaching out to all of his friends. I was reaching out to all of my friends.
I was very confident that we was going to be able to sell the dog because it's a husky. I mean, if push came to shove, I would have tried to find a place for the husky to stay at because we was going to get somebody out of it. How much we actually spent on this dog was around $250.
Right.
And guess how much we sold the dog for?
$300.
$300. Woo! Everybody, can we get a clap? Can we get a clap? Woo!
but also we were thinking okay, I think this was Sunday when we actually sold it, so the last day of the weekend.
Yeah, last day.
It's you know what? Let's think about how much somebody can get out of the bank right now.
Yeah. Well, not just a bank, an ATM.
Yeah.
Because ATMs do have limits.
So we were just really concerned. We wanted the dog to have a place to stay because we couldn't just put him back on the street. We were gonna have to find somewhere, and we were just we spent all this money,
right?
So it's we got to get something back so we can just,
So we sold it for $300, and we got rid of that dog. We felt like we just got rid of a whole baby, and then we was like, man, we could never have kids soon. Because that was a lot where you can't get rid of a baby. You can't really get rid of it. You can get rid of a dog. You can't get rid of a baby. I mean, you could, but nobody wants to, right?
Right.
So that was our first experience with a dog. It was how long? 5 days?
Friday, Saturday. So it was 3 days.
Well, you said we got Thursday.
4 nights, 3 days.
Yeah. So let's fast forward a little bit. Okay. So I'm working at this candy store. I'm not going to say the name because for other purposes.
And yeah.
So I'm working hard. Quotation mark. At my job.
Hardly working.
And I had a customer that walked in and she was like, we was talking, I like to talk to my customers. I like to talk to people in general. That's why we do the podcast, right?
Yeah.
And what happened was that the lady was like, she was talking about a dog. She had a dog, or she was trying to get rid of the dog because of Harvey situation.
Yes.
And
she found a couple of dogs.
Yeah, well, at the time it was just one dog.
Okay.
And Harvey was a sad situation.
A lot of animals were displaced. I think that's what
they was left behind.
And so it was a bit. Like, I want to say
guys, if you have a dog, if you have a cat, a bird, any type of pet that you have kept as a newborn, don't leave it at your house.
But the thing is, when people were evacuating, for some of the shelters, they didn't take pets, or like they would have to be in a crate in order to be in that shelter. And then some people, like, they couldn't fit the pets on the boats.
And if that's an excuse, then if you know there's a storm coming, leave. Don't stay. Because if it does get as worse as they say it is on the news or whatever you heard it from, take precaution and just leave. If you can't leave, then you should not be able to own a pet. Because a pet is your child. It's a part. It's family. And if you're going to be like, well, I can tough this through, and if you actually can't, you know when push comes to shove, they're going to have to just take you and your child, and you have to leave your pet, and you have to leave your pet back. And what's your pet going to do? They can't go find help themselves. So either don't get a pet, or get a pet and take precaution. Even if it's like your store, even if it's something what's wrong with your house, anything. If you know you might have to leave, the chances of you might have to leave that house is low. Still, take precautions. Just leave.
And that's all about that. That goes under being prepared to have a pet.
Yeah.
Which we can talk about
in
another episode.
Yeah. Actually, we can talk about this in this episode. Because this right here, having a pet is a lot. However, let's go ahead and continue the story about how we got Reesey. So, yes, I was at my job, and a lady was like, she tried to get rid of the dog because she's allergic. Her boyfriend was allergic. So, she was like, she found somebody, actually, but she's still waiting for him to come back from, I don't know, to see yesterday. Mm-hmm. So, I was like, well, call my job. I didn't really trust her because, another story. Anyways, I didn't really trust her, so I was like, yeah, it's a stranger danger, you know what I'm saying? So I told her to call my job, actually see if she still need, somebody to take a dog. However,
did you say how you met her and how she approached you?
Yeah.
Initially?
Yeah, I was at my job. I said, invitation.
Okay.
You remember that? Anyways, so I left, week passed by, I think, a little bit close to a week passed by. I was doubting, so I was in like, Reesey throwing her toys around.
Oh. I thought she saw a bug.
No. So I get back to my job the next weekend because I usually work. I used to work Thursdays to Sundays, and I would leave Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and come back Thursdays. Mm-hmm. So I would be gone for almost a whole week ish. So I got back to my job, and one of my coworkers was like, "Hey, some lady was calling about you for some dog." I was like, my body jumped for joy because I love dogs. So, anyways, so the lady called. She was like, "Yeah, I found another dog." The guy said he wanted a dog, so I was like, "That dog found a home. Good." She said she found a dog that looked exactly like the one that the other guy got. I was like happy.
Yes.
It was a beautiful coat.
And
everything.
when did you tell me
about the dog?
Yeah. Because we were still longing for a dog even after the husky situation. Yeah. And so we were just kind of sad about it. Yeah. And we're just like, we really wanted it. We still wanted a dog so bad.
Yeah.
Really and so yeah. You can continue.
The lady was like, well, she was really trying to get rid of this dog, and we was really trying to get it. However, at the time, we didn't have a vehicle. Now, that story is for another podcast.
Oh, yes. We'll have a whole podcast about our vehicle situations.
Yeah. If you're out there and you are catching public transportation, I don't care where you're at. If you're in Houston, even if you hear this podcast in New York, you know public transportation is not the best transportation.
Right.
It is, you don't know what you're going to see when you get on public transportation. But that's a whole other story for a whole other situation. However, so we couldn't really go pick up Reesey. However, the lady was really eager to get rid of the dog. So she was willing to drop her off at my auntie house.
Reesey wants to go outside.
We just went outside.
Reesey, you just went outside.
Come here. So we went to my auntie house, dropped her off at my auntie house, and finally got her. Now she was a little puppy. She was tiny. She was really tiny. She used to climb under the tiniest thing and just.
Oh my goodness! Yes. So the night we brought her home. That was a long night.
That was a long night. I don't want to go into that because.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, we had to wait for his brother to come in and get us from his aunt's house and take us all the way across town to where our home was.
Yeah. That was a trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Reesey, she used to hide under the table, under the chair, and this time we also didn't have a crate for her.
Yeah.
So,
however, she was an angel. So, like we said earlier, well, she was an angel at first because when we first got Reesey, we just saw her as a dog. We see her as Reesey. We saw her as a dog. So we left her at home without a cage, like she said.
Yes.
So we went to work.
Oh, I was so nervous.
We both were nervous.
Yes.
We were so nervous to the point that our job let us go. Well, I got off at 10. She got off at 12 or 11.
Yeah, I was supposed to be off at like 11 or something at night.
And the job was like, you know what? You can leave now. It was like...
Yeah, because it was slow, and my coworkers were awesome.
And then plus, this, like we said earlier, we also was catching the bus. So
yes,
even though we left around 11-ish or 10:30-ish, we still didn't get home to 12.
Yeah.
You know, and
well, that's on a normal night. Because that night, I was able to go home at like 10 or something whenever you got off. Because I was so nervous that whole shift. I was like, oh my gosh, where is she destroying the house? Like, I was so nervous. And by the way, like most of my coworkers had dogs, so they knew. They knew the struggle.
They was also excited for us as well.
Yes, they were so excited.
They just love dogs, and they knew exactly like how much joy. If you have a dog out there, you know how much joy a dog can bring into your life. As soon as you get home, if you leave, you know how sad. Reesey tried to climb into. Stop. She tried to climb onto Ziggie's lap. Anyways, you know how much joy a dog can bring to your life. Even if you don't have a dog, if you have a cat, you know how much joy a pet can bring to your life. That's why I say also just be cautious. If something happens to your area, you know you have to evacuate. If you have a chance, you have an opportunity to leave, just leave. Anyways, so we got home, walked to the door, nothing happened. Nobody chewed, nothing on the blind.
You're just like, where is she? And then she slowly comes out from under the table.
She came out like some cub that was scared.
She was so scared. Like, she was scared to be there alone. Maybe she was just scared of the dark. Like, I don't know.
We were so sad at the point that we started leaving lights on.
Yes.
I don't know if that really helps.
You know, I think it probably helps because, I mean, even though dogs have good vision at night still, but she was I guess probably able to explore more.
Yeah.
And this was on us, and it was mainly because our old apartment it was a studio apartment,
it was a little bit bigger.
Yeah, it was a little bigger than that first apartment that I found.
Imagine your garage. That's it. Imagine your garage. That's it.
But our last apartment, it was big enough. But
it was nice too.
Yes.
But it was too far.
Yeah, but inside it was just we still didn't have a good enough barrier, I would say, to keep our stuff like.
We didn't have a door.
Yes, we didn't have a door to the bedroom.
So somebody kept dabbling inside somebody's underwear, socks, bras. You girls out there, I found out that bras are actually expensive. So, because I have a girlfriend, I've been with her for 4 years, counting still. And I finally started going shopping with her, and yeah, they're expensive. So, shout out to y'all. I mean, guys, underwear, that's all we have to buy. Pretty much, unless guys out there, unless you still wear tanks, gentlemen out there, still wear tanks. Tanks are not that expensive, especially if you go to, Palace Perez or whatever it's called. What's it called? Palace Perez? I don't know. But if you can go anywhere to get some tanks. You go to anywhere to get some under. I mean, if you want to get some Hanes, you know what I'm saying? All the real guys out there get some brief. Those are expensive. I found that out too. You know what I'm saying? When I finally started shopping myself when I got in college, that's a whole other podcast too. College, college.
Yes.
Yeah, you over here set up a fundraiser for some underwear. You remember when you was a child and you had that auntie or that uncle, that faraway auntie or uncle or that friend of a family that got you a gift, but you didn't know about them, but they still got you a gift, but you opened it up and it was some socks. And you was like, what the hell is this? I want me a PS4. I want me an Xbox. I want me 1,000 games, right?
Actually, I always got good gifts. I either got money or like drawing stuff.
Ziggy had a 2-parent household, right? I had initially, but both your parents still support you.
Yes, even
after
the divorce.
Yeah, after
I still have both of my parents throughout my entire life. Which is just such a blessing.
I had just a brother. I had a brother my whole life, of course. But my father left my life when I was like, I don't know, when I first got born. I had a stepdad until I was probably like around 6 or 7. Then my mom, my brother, and I was just thugging it out ever since then. My mom never actually ever remarried. She never had a boyfriend. If she did, she probably covered it up. Oh, he's just a friend. Oh, he just come. Nah, she be out till like 10 o'clock. She go to Denny's, having coffee with some friend. Come on now.
Coffee.
Even though I was staying up late. Have your mom ever walked in while you was supposed to be in bed at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock? She walked in and was like, the TV was still hot when I walked in. And that's how she caught you?
No. My mom was always home.
Oh, your mom was always home?
As far as I can remember, she was home at that time.
My mom
if she wasn't at home, we had a babysitter.
Oh, your mom cared about you.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
Hey, okay.
I'm sorry. She's a twin. Yes. Ziggy is a twin. So I
have a twin.
She's the oldest of her 2 brothers.
Yes.
But
and my little sister. Oh no, I have another brother.
Oh yeah. You have 2 brothers and your stepsister.
Yeah.
I, on the other hand, I had an older brother. He was 2 years older than me. So after a while, my mama just left my brother in charge, and I would be home with my brother. She couldn't be home by herself with her brother because they was at the same age. I mean,
yeah, we looked out for each other. So my parents were always secure. We were like what you would call a latchkey kids, but it wasn't as bad because. Oh yes, we were very off topic.
Yeah, we were very off topic.
This is let's just save it for another podcast.
Yeah.
So our history.
So
back to Reesey.
I forgot where we was at. I'm gonna start off with so
how
Reesey,
she behaved at home,
so,
chewing up bras.
So when we first got Reesey, I mean, she was very scared with us. She really didn't know us. She didn't really warmed up to us. The only way we could call her if we shake up the doggy food, and she would
be in the other room.
Yeah, we wouldn't know where she would be at. I mean, our apartment wasn't that big, but at the same time, we still wouldn't know where she was at.
She would go to the other room, and come to find out, she would be like laying. She'd either get on the bed or she'd be by the restroom, just like chilling in the dark.
Yeah. So after that, she's still with us. I mean, she been thugging out with us too. She was going it with us for a while, and we love her.
Oh yes.
Will we trade her for anybody in the world? Any dog in the world?
Nah.
Maybe. I mean, nah.
Oh, you tried.
I tried. Not for that cat.
Dakota.
Dakota. Now, me personally, my preference for dogs is really like bigger dogs.
Yes.
So like Dakota was an American Pit Bull or Bulldog?
Pit Bull.
American Pit Bull. So this dog was like 5 years old.
Yes.
So.
And it was also a stray.
Yes. I think also a Tarby too.
I think yeah. And we got her from Kingwood.
Lord Jesus.
But
shout out to people that's in Kingwood.
All the way out there in the boonies.
That's close to the moon and Jupiter.
But Dakota, she also had a previous owner. Like she was spayed, she had markings, and she was trained. She was house trained, pretty well. But she didn't trust other dogs.
Right, and we found that out a little bit the hard way.
Because we had Reesey.
Well, no, this was before Reesey. Because she even beat Reesey. You know our other coworker?
Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
We're not going to say any names, but...
Trey took Dakota, the stray, for a meet and greet with our coworker's dog. Because... You know, they were all excited, like, "Oh, you guys are having another dog!" Yeah. Like, I'm having another baby. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like,
that's how excited our coworkers was.
Yeah.
So I brought Dakota, this pit bull, this huge pit bull, to my coworker's house, and she was chill for like 2 seconds. We both turned our back. Next thing you know, the dog has the other dog, our coworker. Our coworker had a dog as well. And Dakota had the other dog by the butt in her jaw. I punched Dakota slightly to get her off.
Not like a boxing.
Yeah, but I
just enough to
startle her to get her off the other dog. I felt bad. Dog was a little bleeding. They checked out the dog. Dog was good. After that,
coworker's dog.
Yeah. So after that, I just left Dakota in the car until Ziggie got off of work, and after that, we just took her home, and that's when she met.
Dakota, she was friendly with Trey, but
she had a full heart.
She was kind of standoffish with like. My other coworkers were trying to look at her, and then even when I got in the car, like, she was warming up to me, but she was still kind of standoffish. So you could tell the poor dog went through a lot.
Yeah. So she finally met Reesey. Reesey wanted to play with Dakota, but Dakota was like...
Not having it.
We were little homie.
She had this growl that was... so deep and like monstrous, like, yes. And she was so sweet. She'd be cuddling with us, but Reesey, like, we would try to tell her to stand back and separate from the dog.
You tried to tell the dog something?
Well, we tried to keep Reesey separated from Dakota, but if we weren't watching, Reesey would try to come up and sniff her butt, and Dakota, it was like she felt Reesey's aura, Reesey's energy, like she could just smell her. And she started growling.
I love the dog. I love the dog.
He was trying to trade Our poor little
I was not
Reesey.
going to trade. I was trying to just work it out. I was just trying to let's get done with this apartment and maybe the next apartment. We keep Dakota in one part of the apartment and Reesey in another part of the apartment. But Ziggie, she was freaking out. She was.
But you know what made me freak out the most?
Was she?
When she cleared that crate.
Oh yeah.
We had Reesey. Okay, I think I had just gotten home, or you had just gotten home, or I think I had just gotten home, and Trey and Reesey were in the living room, but Dakota knew I got home, and she was getting excited because that's what dogs do. And Trey had the room blocked off with like the crate because it was like a small little passageway, and we didn't have like a gate, which wouldn't matter anyway because it would be the same height as the crate. But Dakota was super excited, and I didn't go over there right away because I was trying to put my stuff down, get comfortable. I was saying hi to Reesey.
She said hi to me. You're right. She did not say hi to me. She said hi to Reesey.
Oh my goodness. I probably said hi to you.
Yeah, whatever. It's more like, what up, bud? Something like that.
But
I was nobody at the time.
All of a sudden, Dakota leaps over the crate and comes up to me, and Reesey's in the way, and Reesey looks like she's about to go towards Dakota, and we just like, I was like, okay, this is too much, because Reesey got excited because Dakota was like in the area. And
me personally, I was just waiting for what was going to happen. See, I'm an instigator, and when I see something, I don't know y'all out there, but when y'all see best about to happen, y'all see somebody go down. Shout out to the people that really just want to see what's about to go down.
No.
Like, the people that's out there that be like,
no,
they be like, oh, maybe we should break it up. Maybe we should. Nah, I'm the type of person like, what's about to happen? Then I'll break it up. You know what I'm saying? I step in, I intervene. But at the time, I was like, ooh, Reesey. Because Reesey she was begging to play with Dakota. And Dakota was not begging at all to play with Reesey.
But Trey was trying to mediate and see if he can get them to...
You know, because dogs do not like each other sometimes at first. But do you have to let them play around or not? Dakota showed us that she was not playing around at all.
Yeah.
Dakota went for Reesey's neck when she jumped over that thing. And I had to intervene again. And when she started trying to attack Reesey,
that's when we knew.
That's what we knew.
She had to go.
Yeah. And what happened was we had to return her back to the people we got her from.
But you remember, you were still hesitant
about
returning her because you had fallen in love with her so easily.
Yeah. we took like 1,000 pictures, right? And
you had fallen in love with Dakota.
That's it.
And she was a sweetheart. She was like
seconds,
a giant teddy bear.
For 2 seconds, I forgot who Reesey was. I was like,
oh my goodness.
This is my dream. It's kind of like
worst puppy dad ever.
Think like this, okay? For the people out there that have 2 cars, think about like you going out into the world with a minivan. Reesey was my minivan, but then think about it like this: you park that minivan and you come back out with a Lamborghini. Dakota was my Lamborghini. Like I said earlier, I love big dogs, and I think that's kind of like a status thing. It's kind of like what type of dog you are as a person. It shows you through it. Mm-hmm. So if you like tiny dogs, it's more like you're more like a big. To me personally, I'm not gonna say everybody, but me personally, you more genuine, more sensitive, more sweet and kind when it comes to small, tiny, cute dogs. But when you have a bigger dog and you have a more aggressive dog, aggressive looking, I don't want to say all big dogs are aggressive. However, when you have a dog that looks
intimidating looking dog.
So when you have one of those, like, people look at you like, hey, he has a nice dog, you know what I'm saying? It's more of a status thing. And, I'm really grateful that we have Reesey. It's all, I'm just joking. I mean, I would never trade Reesey, for the world. I wouldn't.
In a million years.
I mean, like, say a million years.
We're not going to be alive.
I'm just saying,
But she is in our hearts forever.
Yes.
And then some.
And then some.
But
But she can be paid. What?
Oh,
she can be paid. Lord Jesus. If you have a dog out there, and this is specifically to dog owners, I don't know about cat owners, but when it comes to training, especially when you get them young, you have to train
oh my gosh.
a dog to pee, poop. Lord Jesus.
See, we did not have the money to
take her somewhere.
To get her trained professionally
we have to do
for those months as a puppy. So it was a lot of reinforcement and a lot of repetition and a lot of like, no, you don't do that.
Right. And we try not to like scream at her because we see other people scream at their dogs.
It's kind of scary.
It's really scary. So we really was trying to just tell her, like, we try to lure her out with the doggy pads. They sit in the kitchen. And this girl,
oh my gosh, she would.
We put like 10 doggy pads. It would be like one square in the kitchen that's like exposed to the floor.
Oh my god.
Guess where she would go poop and pee at? That one square.
Not on the pad.
No pads.
Whatever was not the pad. And the spray that's supposed to attract the dogs to the spot where you're supposed to get it didn't work. It was like she would end up avoiding it.
Exactly.
So I was like, what?
I'm like, well, we was trying everything. We was looking up YouTube videos. We were looking up stories, articles.
Asking around, like asking our friends, asking family, like, what do you do? But I'm just glad she's out of the puppy phase and she's an adult. Do you think you'd ever get another puppy, babe?
Never get a puppy now?
Now,
I would.
Would we get another puppy?
I would if Reesey would get along with another puppy. I guess Reesey did have a best friend.
Yeah.
Shout out to Biggie. Shout out to Biggie.
Biggie Smalls.
Biggie Smalls. It was so funny because when we first got Reesey, our neighbors had a dog named Biggie, and the dog was almost the size of Reesey, but Reesey was only 6 months, and Biggie was 2 years.
Yes.
Then they stopped seeing each other for like a while, and Biggie saw Reesey again. Biggie was scared the hell out. That dog was like, who the hell is this dog?
Biggie was like a, what do you call those dogs? He was like a wiener dog mixed with something else. So he was kind of chunky, but he wasn't getting tall at all. He wasn't getting any taller. Yeah, we're gonna wrap this up, and next time we'll.
Yeah, I think we can talk about this as like keep going on.
Yes.
2 hours straight because we love Reesey.
Yes.
But all the other stuff we had earlier, we have a lot of stuff to talk about in our next podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So it was nice talking to y'all. Hear y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Tune in next time.
Yeah.
To listen to me, Ziggy.
And Trey. Listen to Trey. I do sound kind of sick. I hope I sound better in the next podcast. The next podcast. The 1,000th podcast. I don't know how many.
That's one step at a time. One podcast at a time.
All right. Like we say, one podcast, one love. Bye.
Bye.